Good morning, dear students. Welcome to the online English classes. In previous video, we started Ishwaran the storyteller. But I won't continue this chapter. I picked this chapter by mistake. This chapter is omitted from your syllabus for 2020-21. And I want to give you information about the omitted chapter. Please note down. First beehive, poem 4, The Lake Isle of Innisfree. Chapter 5, The Snake and the Mirror. Poem 7, The Duck and the Kangaroo. Chapter 10, Kathmandu. Poem 10, A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal. Now comes to moment. Chapter 3, Ishwaran the Storyteller, and Chapter 9, The Accidental Tourist. These all chapters are omitted from your syllabus 2020-21. If you have any doubts regarding the omitted chapters, please ask me. Now let's start the class. Today we will start a new chapter from your supplementary reader. It is from the book Moment. Chapter 4, In the Kingdom of Fools, and written by A.K. Ramanujan. This story is a Kannada folk tale. Folk tale is a story which is passed on from one generation to another. It is taken from the book Folk Tales. Chapter 4, In the Kingdom of Fools. First of all, let us discuss the title of the story. In the Kingdom of Fools, which means the state where people are not so wise. They are not intelligent. In this story, the kings and his ministers and his advisors are fools. That means that they are not wise and intelligent. When this kind of people rule the kingdom, then what all happens has been told in this story. Now, introduction about the poet. A.K. Ramanujan was born in 16th March 1929, Mysore, and died 13 July 1993, United States. And his full name was Attipat Krishnaswamy Ramanujan. He was awarded the Padma Shri for his contribution to Indian literature. Now let's start the chapter. It is believed that fools are so dangerous that only very wise people can manage them. Who are the fools in the story? And what happens to them? In the kingdom of fools, both the king and ministers were idiots. They didn't want to run things like other things. So they decided to change night into day and day into night. That means in the kingdom of fools, the king and his ministers both were unintelligent. the king and his minister did not want to run their kingdom like other kings did. So they decided to do something different. They started treating night as a day and day as a night. They ordered that everyone should be awake at night till their field and run their business only after dark, and go to bed as soon as the sun came up. Anyone who disobeyed would be punished with death. That means the king ordered that the work which was done at night would be done during the daytime, and the work which was done during the daytime will be done during night time. They passed an order that everyone in the kingdom would work at night. Nobody would sleep at night. The farmer would do farming at night, and the one who run business would do business at night. As soon as the sun rose, everyone would go to sleep. If someone would disobey the order, he would be punished with death. The people did as they were told for fear of death. The king and the minister were delicate at the success of their project. One day a guru and his disciple arrived in the city. It was a beautiful city. It was broad daylight, but there was no one about. Everyone was asleep, not a mouse stirring. Even the cattle had been taught to sleep by day. The two strangers were amazed by what they saw around them and wandered around town till evening, when suddenly the whole town woke up and went about its nightly business. String means active. Wandered, that means roamed. Disciple, that means follower. Delegated, that means took joy. Now here the people were scared that if they did not obey the king's order, they would be punished with death penalty. So they obeyed the order, although it was very strange. The king and his minister, both the fools, were very happy that all the people in the kingdom were following their orders. And what happens? One day, a saint arrived in the kingdom of fools along with one of his disciples. He saw that it was a beautiful city. It was a sunny day, but could not find anyone around. They were surprised. Everyone was asleep, and in that kingdom not a mouse was stirring. Stirring means moving around. They could not find a single mouse moving around, which means that it was so quiet as everyone, even the tiniest creature, the mice were asleep during daytime. So everyone, human as well as animal, were sleeping. These two strangers to the kingdoms of fools were not aware that this kind of order has been passed in the city. So they were surprised to see that everyone was sleeping during daytime. They kept on wandering around in the whole city. And as soon as it was night, everyone woke up and started doing the work. Businessmen were doing business and the farmers were farming. The two men were hungry. Now that the shops were open, they went to buy some groceries. To their astonishment, they found that everything cost the same, a single doodoo. Whether they bought a measure of rice or a bunch of bananas, it cost a doodoo. The guru and his disciple were delighted. They had never heard of anything like this. They could buy all the food they wanted for a rupee. First, you see the word meanings. What the meaning of groceries? That means things of daily uses. Measures, that means quantity. Bunch, that means cluster. And doodoo, that means money in Kannada language. Here, the guru and his disciple were very hungry. When the shops opened at night, they went to buy groceries. They were surprised to see that whatever they bought for the shop costed one doodoo. The things were very cheap out there. Whether you buy a big bunch of bananas or you buy a bag of rice, it costed one and only one doodoo. Everything was at the same price in the kingdom of fools. The guru and his disciple were very happy because the food in the kingdoms was very cheap. You could buy a lots of food just for a rupee. When they had cooked and eaten, the guru realized that this was the kingdom of fools and it would not be a good idea for them to stay there. There is no place for us. Let's go, he said to the disciple. But the disciple did not want to leave the place. Everything was cheap here. All he wanted was good, cheap food. The guru said, "They are all fools. This won't last very long, and you can't tell what they will do to you next." When the guru and his disciple cooked and ate their food, that time the guru realized that the kingdom was a kingdom of fools and decided not to stay there any longer because it was unsafe for them. But the wise guru told his disciple that the place was not right for them and asked to leave at once. This disciple was a foodie. He loved to eat, and that is why he did not want to leave this place, because the food was cheaper. Guru tried to make his disciple understood and told him that everyone out there was a fool and was very dangerous. The kingdom would not last for a long time and they could harm them too. But the disciple wouldn't listen to the Guru's wisdoms. He wanted to stay. The Guru finally gave up and said, "Do what you want. I am going," and left. The disciple stayed on, ate his fill every day, bananas and ghee and rice and wheat, and grew fat like a street side scared bull. What's the meaning of wisdom? That means prudence. Gave up, that means left. At his feel, that means at till stomach was full. Scared bull, that means male cow. Now here this disciple is not far-sighted like his guru and could not understand what his guru was trying to say. He wanted to live there only and enjoy the cheap food. Finally, the guru left alone, leaving the disciple behind. The disciple stayed back in the kingdom of fools. Every day he ate a lot of food, due to which he became as fat as a huge ball. One bright day, a thief broke into a rich merchant house. He had made a hole in the wall and sneaked in, and he was carrying out his loot. The wall of the old house collapsed on his head and killed him on the spot. His brother ran to the king and complained. What's the meaning of loot? That means stolen goods. Collapsed, fell down. Pursuing, doing. Ancient, that means very old. Then what happens? One day a thief entered a merchant house. He made a hole in the wall and again to go in. When he was about to move out to the house after looting all the things, the wall broke and fell down on his head, and he died there only. The thief's younger brother went to the king and complained that his brother was following his ancient trade. Ancient trade means robbing is a crime. While he was working, the wall fell on his head and he died. The thief brother was taking advantage of the king. Foolishness, he said that the merchant whose wall was fallen down on his brother was the culprit. Your Highness, when my brother was pursuing his ancient trade, a wall fell on him and killed him. The merchant is to blame. He should have built a good strange wall. You must punish the wrongdoers and compensate the family for the injustice. Now here, He said that the merchant whose wall has fallen down on his brother was the culprit. He should have made a strong wall. He requested the king to punish the merchant to get compensation for his family. Further continue this chapter in the next video. Till then, goodbye.